We're back. Go ahead, Shay.
He's saying, go ahead. I didn't even know you were starting to. Hello and welcome back to Luke-N-SHAE'S Place. You didn't let me play no music or anything. Welcome back to Luke-N-SHAE'S Place. I'm so glad you're joining us. I hope you're having a great start to your weekend. And we have a banger reaction video planned for you guys. So sit back and enjoy. But before you enjoy it, and if you enjoy it, please like, comment, and also subscribe. It's 100% free. Don't forget to click that notification bell to get notifications when we'll be posting. All right. What we got playing today, Luke? How you doing? How you doing over there, Luke?
Hey, what's going on? What's going on? Where is that coming from?
All right. You ready to get this started?
Yeah, I'm ready. Is that you playing?
Yeah, that's me.
Well, see, yeah, that's what's confusing me over here because I'm trying to get that. I was playing the music.
Yeah, I didn't hear any on your end, so I played mine.
It was in house. That's what I said. I found it and we're playing it.
But I didn't hear it on my. I didn't hear it. So when the video started, I didn't hear it.
Well, now you're gonna hear an echo chamber.
Okay.
I am so sick and tired of toxic hyper independence. People are out here lying to women. And I know we live in a culture that likes to pretend that men and women act the same, that we have the same emotional makeup, that we move and think and behave identically. Like we like to pretend that that is the case, but we know it's not. The reality is, God did not create women to be out here by themselves, trying to figure out life by themselves. That's not how God created us to be. We all need community in one way, shape, or form. Nobody is meant to be an island unto themselves. And the problem that I have with this super hyper independent spirituality I see now, where it's like, love yourself, affirm yourself, hug yourself, speak to yourself, think about yourself, pray for yourself, think always about yourself, see yourself, like it's all about yourself, is like, that's not even natural. And hear me, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with having a healthy sense of confidence in who you are. But God did not create us to be an island unto ourselves. And here's the thing about it. We've been pushed this idea for decades that all we need is ourselves to do well and to thrive. But that's not true. Because just because a woman can make enough money or sustain herself, there are still emotional and spiritual needs. And those emotional and spiritual needs can oftentimes only be fully realized in the context of a healthy community and a family. And yes, 99% of the time, that community is going to need a man. A man's going to need to be somewhere in there. God created us to have actually healthy fathers who are meant to affirm us and give us identity, right? And from there, healthy families, healthy marriages. That's how God created us. Now, unfortunately, we live in a society where that's broken down, but that doesn't change the innate need. We are not meant to try to navigate this world by ourselves or figure out.
You have any words on that one, Shay, or are you silent on it?
I'm just listening so that our viewers can listen to what she's saying. As far as having words on it, yeah, so far I agree what she's saying. Nobody was created to be on this earth by themselves. I don't believe that at all.
Well, she said some positive, really forceful things of understanding that there is a natural need for a man and woman to be together. And so, and we have gotten away from it with so many other things that have come into the world at this point in time. This is where I stay every day with you. Is that's the thing. These things are now taken away, and we have, like I said, she was talking about how we become so lovers of ourselves. You see, having that, I don't want to do this. I don't want to get that. I don't want to have to be this. I don't want to have to go through that. See, we're not supposed to have that mindset. We're supposed to have the mindset of a server. And we don't have that mindset. We got the mindset of we need to be happy. And that's all that matters is my happiness. I don't care about anybody else.
Who has that mindset? You're saying men and women have that mindset, or are you saying the women have that mindset?
Well, the majority of women are having that mindset.
Because you're saying we are we. When you say we who? Because are you talking just about women? Or are you talking about men and women? Because when you say we, I put men in that category because you're saying we. So you have to specify. You're saying the mind of a server is supposed to be
I'm talking. Okay, at this point in time, I'm talking about women and the women mindset of I need to be happy. I need to be ratified. I need to be all of these things right now. When it's telling you that doesn't always play out the way it should be. But we want to be happy all the time. I'm talking about the women.
About some of these existential questions by ourselves, or even try to get all of our emotional and spiritual answers by ourselves. We need community, and it's okay to admit that. And you're not crazy, or you're not weird or weak if you can acknowledge that you can only get so far as an individual. But the thing I hate about hyper independence is it'll have women holding on this lie for so long. They'll be holding on this lie into the streets, like literally into the streets, right? They tell themselves, oh, I can do this by myself, and then living in the street. And then now talking about they're choosing homelessness as their, that's their choice. That's liberating for them. But what that really underscores is that you don't have a community that can really speak into you, take care of you, who can help you when you are going through a hard time, because everybody goes through a hard time. And that's the downside of hyper toxic independence. As women, we were not meant to do this life by ourselves. And we need to get out of that lie. Some of us have to just completely let that self go. It's okay to acknowledge that you don't have all the answers. It's okay to acknowledge that you need leadership. It's okay to acknowledge that maybe you made some mistakes and that you can only get so far by yourself. Healthy communities are necessary. Healthy elders, healthy spiritual leaders. Yes, healthy men are necessary. I understand some of y'all may have had some really toxic men. That happens. But that doesn't change the necessity of having healthy male leadership in your life. Some of y'all, maybe you had some bad friend, bad family, but that doesn't change the necessity of healthy, godly family in your life. Like, that is needed. So I think many of us, we have to just get rid of this whole super hyper toxic independence and recognize that in order for us to reach our full capacity, it's likely going to need to be done alongside some other people.
Wow, that was a lot right there.
Yeah, I agree with her, because if you're navigating through life with that mindset, that's not what you were. I don't believe wholeheartedly you weren't created to be by yourself. A man and a woman getting together and having family, getting back to family, and having the mindset of that. And she's saying, if you have that and you feel like if you didn't have a strong male in your life, then you get with people, like she's saying, community, outreaches, there's different things, churches, different things, and get that help in the community. Older women, the younger women leaning on the older women showing the younger women how you're supposed to be. Get back to family. That's important. So yeah, I agree with her 100%. You're walking around with that me, my mindset. And then when you get a certain age, then you're like, why am I just by myself? Why don't I have anybody? Because you walked around with the mindset of it's all about you. It's all about you at the time where, you were most desirable. You were too busy just me, my, now you're lonely and you're wondering why
No.
it's hard for you to get in a relationship now. So yeah, you can't be like that.
But it's always been this thing of like we talk about the independence that killed our relationships. Woman's independence is what killed the marriages that were going on, and a lot of times, well, I should say destroyed. It destroyed the marriages because see, it took, like I said, you will have a tough time submitting to a person that if you felt like you could do without. You're not going to do without your car, see, because you need your car to get from point A to point B. See, so you're going to take care of that car. You're going to cherish the car in that sense. Well, if I made you expendable, then I don't really need you. And that's the mindset. So I can walk away from you anytime I wanted to. And maybe God designed it a certain way so that you couldn't do that. But
So are
we
you
are
saying, so you're basically saying when women get educated and they're making a certain amount, like not even with education, you can have a job without going to college that's making
no,
way more
that's
than.
right.
So you're saying when a woman's making a certain amount of money, okay, she has the option to do things on her own. So you're saying she's looking at the man like, okay, I don't need you kind of thing. So are you
Yeah,
saying that
that's what
that's
independence
that
is.
maybe women shouldn't have went there? You should have kept
No,
on bare feet and in the kitchen cooking.
ma'am, see, this is the crazy part right here.
I'm asking a question.
And I'm answering the question.
Okay.
See, Coretta Scott King had an education, but she got an
Okay.
education to help her husband. Malcolm X's wife graduated from college. She could have worked, but she got an education to help her husband. See, they were doing things in terms of family. They wasn't doing it to become independent. See, like I say this all the time. I have friends who got daughters in college, and I just mess with them with it. I'll call them, and I'll do it one time with you. I'll call them and go, "Hey, how the princess doing?" Say, "Oh, she's doing okay. She married. She better not be married. She better get her job so she can get a good job. She better get an education so she can get a good job." See, that's called independent. That's what she was just talking about. Well, I'm independent. I don't need you. I'm getting an education to get a job, so I don't need a man. I want
So
a man,
yeah.
but I don't need a man. That's the mindset.
No, and I don't agree. That's what I'm saying. I don't agree with, if there's women that are, yeah, there's women out there doing that. They're getting an education and they're getting their money up when they step foot into that career that they went to college for. There's a lot of people that went to college and they're not even in the career that they went to college for. But the people that you're talking about, when they get that college education, if that's what she's using it for independence, then yeah, that's really not. I don't agree with that. I know
That's
plenty of
what
women who
everybody
went to
uses for.
college. I know plenty of women that have went to college, and they are, when you say, yeah, helping, and they have a job, but then they're coming home and doing the wifely duties and are submissive to their husband. But yeah, they have a 9 to 5, but they come home and do the wife. They're still a wife, and they
But
chose to go to college to better themselves, but they come home and.
that's
But
the
if there's
point.
women out here that are going through the motion of college and all that just to stay by themselves, then listen.
They're not doing it to stay by themselves. They were taught. The older women were stupid for doing the stuff and then putting up with the stuff they put up with. Remember? And so now we are smarter than them. I have my own money. I don't need a man. See, the women back then needed a man. I don't want to be in the necessarily need a man. See, that's entirely different. And so now I don't need a man. See, I want a man. And that makes it harder for me to develop a relationship because I no longer need. See, Coretta Scott King would never say she didn't need Dr. Martin Luther King. That wasn't her mindset when she went to college.
Yeah, that wasn't her mindset. And that's why I said that the women who have that mindset, yeah, that's horrible. Because like you said, with women with the options. So since we're talking about options, any woman, if she goes to college and she has her degrees and everything,
It's
and
not just college.
she can make a certain amount of money or whatever the case might be, even when you just step into a blessing of a promotion at your job. So she has an option to where, yeah, she's making enough money to do it by herself. It's the women with the mindset of I can do it by myself that's messing that whole thing up. Because you're saying Coretta Scott King, yeah, she had an
They're not,
education.
they don't
Now,
have
could
a
she do?
they don't have a mindset of doing it by themselves. They have a mindset of being with a man, but not needing the man. I don't need you. See,
That's
I
what I'm
can
saying.
if I
They're
don't get
thinking,
one,
I
I'm
don't
good.
need you. Yeah, I
No, no,
don't
no.
need
That's
you.
not the thinking. That's not the thinking.
So then, what
They
is the
want a
conversation
man.
then?
They
So if
want a
they're not
man.
thinking that, then what's the problem?
They want a man, but I don't want to need the man. See, part of God, see the whole thing with God. God saw that man was lonely. See, that's a need. That's out of need, necessity. And he created woman. See, that's out of a need. That's not necessarily a want. That's a need. If it was about want, you would have never got created. Because all man wanted was God. He would have never wanted a woman at all. Now, with that being said, he created you out of a need. And so now we had a need for one another. We don't have a need for one another. If I say I'm independent, that's just like a man now. If a man had a place he could get all the stuff he needed from a woman, like I remember Kevin used to do that little thing where he say, "Well, I can hire a prostitute, I can hire for sex, and I can hire I'll hire a maid to clean my house, and I'll hire a cook." Okay, well, and now he asked the woman, "What could you bring?" See, then it would eliminate the woman. See, because now I have no need for the woman. But that's something that as a joke he used to do with a lot of his clients. So now, if a woman is looking at it because she's going to school now, I still want a husband, but I want a husband now, but I don't need it. So now we can do more of the okay. Well, you know what? I don't have to be submissive. I don't have to follow all the rules because see, I don't necessarily need it. And
So
if it's
that's
something
why
that you
I
ask for
asked
me,
you, with you saying that, I asked you, do you think a woman shouldn't be even working then with that? Because any woman who's working has that option if she's making a certain
well,
amount. It's not
wh-
that she's thinking that, because you said that's not her
well,
mindset. So when she gets in a marriage, you guys are looking at it like, oh, she's making a certain amount, she can leave me or
we're
whatever.
not looking at it like
Everything
that.
seems to be so.
No, because
Even
see,
if she, so are you saying that a woman, you rather a woman not work then? Because that's, she's still going to have that
in our
option
economy, in
to
the
not
economy,
really need him
but
financially.
see, that's what I'm saying. See, I'm trying to keep it to where it is. I'm saying, see, you can work as a woman. My mother worked as a woman, but she worked to help my dad. She didn't work to become independent of my dad. It wasn't about working that I didn't need my father, my dad. She would
Yeah,
work
and
to
I
help my
asked
father.
you, were
So
women
no,
thinking
no,
that,
no.
and you said no.
I use that example with Coretta
Okay.
Scott King with her college degree. She went to
Yeah,
college to get a job to help her husband. See,
yeah, to
you
help her
can work
household.
to help your man. But today you're taught, that's what the lady was just talking about. She did a whole segment on women now saying, I'm independent.
So
I
that's
want
why
to be
I asked you,
independent.
were women having this mindset? You said they don't have this mindset. Now you're saying that there's women that have. Okay, so like
Ma'am,
I said,
that's not what I
if
just
there's
said.
women with
Ma'am,
that
that's why
mindset,
it's
that's the wrong
see,
mindset to have.
I'm trying to say it in the way that you hear it, because you gotta listen. You're not listening.
You're
And that bothers me. Because see, I'm saying they still want a man, but they call the old women that took a man back then, that went through
yeah,
all the stuff. They called them women stupid. So because they didn't have a chance to do the things that they got to do today. So now today I can work and do the things. I don't necessarily need a man. It doesn't mean I don't want them. It says I don't need them. Them women back there needed a man. But I no
yeah,
longer have the need of a man. I can
okay,
get
yeah,
to a man and
yeah.
I can go into the thing. I don't got to be submissive. I don't have to follow his
Mhm.
leadership, because if he do this and he come in and say I got to be submissive, then I can bounce until I find a man that would allow me to be the boss in here. I'm independent of the man. Independent means I operate by myself.
Yeah, that's what I said, and that's the wrong mindset to have for the women who are out there with that mindset. Yeah, when you're getting your college degree or you're going out there, like if that's, yeah, there's a difference. You're saying they don't need the man. I heard all that, but that's what I'm saying. That's not a good mindset to have, because at the end of the day, yeah. And so if there are women like that, and that's something where, yeah, that's not good. because if she's going to think, okay, I can put one pant leg on just like you. So we're both running the ship here. We're both in charge of the
Exactly.
ship.
And that's what they create. They create both of us being the leader, both of us driving one car at the same time. And that's what it is. And if I get to a point where I don't like it no more, then I just move on. Can move on to the next one. I don't have to, I'm not stuck here. Those women were stuck here. See, they were stuck.
See, that's the word that I wanted to say too. The women that you're speaking of, they were stuck because they weren't making that kind of money.
No, but this is how you viewed it. The women that were back there, I was talking to one today. She didn't say she was stuck.
Well, you just said out of your mouth said those women were stuck there.
I said, y'all women say that those women, I quoted, that's why I did the air quote. Y'all women say those women were stuck.
Well,
and I'm saying they wanted that. Those women wanted that.
Money. Yeah. They didn't have the option to go. For the ones that needed to go, they didn't have that option pretty much.
Well, that was our reaction video to, I always say that name wrong. I'm going to say Shaz. I think it's Shaz, but it could be something different. But I thought that was interesting how she put that together, how she incorporated God, and how we live in this now independent society where women are thinking more independent. Ain't nothing wrong with being independent, but at the same time, as long as you're going into it with the mindset that I'm here to be a helpmate to my husband. But even if you don't have a husband, you don't want a husband. I mean, it's good that you could take care of yourself at all costs, but at the same time. But if I'm doing it just to become independent, to where I don't have to be submissive or do the things that are right for a family, well, it's like I said, it is what it is. You choose to go which way you want to go, but the reality says that's what we're talking about. Bringing family back, we got to get rid of that. We got to get rid of that mindset. But if you would like to add to that, Shay, before we end this little podcast.
No, that pretty much covered it. That was well spoken right there, what you said. But no, you got to get back to family. And with that mindset, you can't have two heads. Like you always say, two people can't drive the car at one time. So somebody has to be sitting in the passenger seat. So that's important. And yeah, that pretty much summed that up. Get back to family. And as always at Luke-N-SHAE'S place, a positive mentality is a destined reality. Your mental health is important. Wear your smile, stay positive, stay blessed. Until next time, thank you so much for stopping by. Don't forget to like, comment. We'd like to hear your feedback, and also subscribe and click that notification button for updates when we'll be posting. And until next time, stay blessed.